Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time on this Monday evening. Hope everybody is enjoying the doubleheader as we get ready to talk a little Titans football here tonight. We are obviously going to discuss the best and most quick fix, the quickest fix that the Tennessee Titans can employ to try and get this thing up and running in a functional fashion. So we'll go through that together. We'll talk at length about these things, of course. We'll do who you got, given that we are watching the Titans' next opponent really struggle in the Cincinnati Bengals. It's not an overwhelmingly good offensive game. The Rams are making some plays, but not able to capitalize in the end zone against a good Bengals defense. 6-3, right? Well, there's one score of 22-3 between the Eagles and the Vikings. Looks like the Eagles are in the red zone again, and the 6-3 in the second part of the Monday Night Football doubleheader. So we're going to talk tonight about quick fixes. We'll get Bert involved. I think we have some Taylor Swift coverage that is going to be coming your way, and we will look forward to doing all of these things together. Need you guys first and foremost to share the broadcast around wherever you are spending time. If you're on Twitter, please retweet the show, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Facebook Live, you can share now to public. That is in the bottom left. YouTube and Twitch, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will enjoy having you guys be a part of the broadcast, and we'll certainly enjoy when you tell a friend to do the same. Always enjoy having new faces, new names pop up in the chat. So if you have somebody who wants to talk some Titans, go ahead and tell them to share this show too. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started as we hit the 2-minute warning of Monday Night Football, of the second Monday Night Football game. Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time from the Zen Sports Studios. I am your host, Buck Rising, and I'm proud, as always, to be presented to you by Zen Sports. Download the app, plug in the promo code ATOZTN. That's ATOZTN. With the promo code, you get unlimited 5% cash back for your first 15 days of wagering. Nobody's got a better offer for you than that at Zen Sports. The law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Nobody will, speaking of the best in the business, nobody will protect your constitutional rights better or more fiercely than Amanda J. and her team. Wherever justice demands, AmandaJGentry.com for more information. And TrueMath Fitness in the Gulch, the best way to work out, a new way to work out for the best version of you. Go to TrueMathFitness.com for your first workout free. Jonathan Anderson says in the comment section, unless if Taylor Swift can't block an edge rusher, then I don't want to talk about her. Well, you would be alone, sir, because the rest of the football world seems infinitely more interested in Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's newly found relationship and all the escapades that result. And frankly, it was more interesting than what your football team did yesterday. So we'll save it for the end of the show. Meanwhile, we can talk about the Titans' quick fix. We can do both things. We're multi-talented around here on the Primetime program. So as you look at the various ways that the Titans need to get right, we talked about a couple of different things on the radio show today. Talked about the undisciplined play, penalties on both sides of the ball. We talked about the defensive busts in coverage. Christian Fulton is a legitimate problem so far through the two of the three games that he has played. Of course, missed the win against the Los Angeles Chargers. And then there is the offensive line, which is probably today, maybe not as a unit. Andre Dillard is probably public enemy number one today, but the offensive line issues, are there. They're clear and obvious to everybody. And you hope, if you're a Titans fan, I suppose, that Peter Skoronski comes back sooner rather than later, because the rookie is, without question, your best offensive lineman on the football team. So as you try to make these adjustments, what quick fix would you present to try and get this thing back up and running in an efficient fashion? What one thing would you like to see the Titans fix before they face this Bengals team? We'll talk about it together in the comment section. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, as I mentioned, is how you get involved. While you do that, I will remind you that your Two Rivers Ford take is presented by the fine folks at Two Rivers Ford. Go to Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet. Quality, American-made Ford vehicles and award-winning customer service. Two Rivers Ford will always go above and beyond to serve you, operating with honesty and integrity F-150s, Ford Broncos, the Ford Explorer, like I drive, Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet, or online at tworiversford.com, powered by Ford, driven by people. So as we look at the various ways that the Titans can try and get right ahead of the Cincinnati Bengals coming to town, what one thing would you like to see fixed before the game? Quarterback rollouts, says Amnesia on YouTube, would be somewhat helpful. Tannehill is too much like a statue in the pocket. I mean, he's 35 years old and he's coming off ankle surgery. Like, I don't expect his mobility to be overwhelmingly good at this stage of his career. Now, I don't think he's immobile. Joe Burrow looks tonight to be immobile. Oh my God, the Bengals just absolutely wrecked Matt Stafford on a blitz. I didn't see that. It looked like it was either second down or third down. I didn't see the down. I just saw the safety fly off the edge and run straight into Matt Stafford's face mask, basically. That was quite the, I think Lou Anarumo just said 6 people after Joe Burrow, after Matt Stafford, and knocked him down. Dax Hill, the player on the sack, just a crushing blow from the right side of the offensive line. So we're talking about pressure. Perhaps you would like to fix the offensive line. Amar says his fixes would be to bench players, Dillard, Wesco, and Fulton. Rodney Taylor says move Dillard inside and try Radens at tackle. Mario Habib says use Willis. He can run. We don't need a pocket passer. There's a lot of different things that I think they will look at. I don't know that they're going to make any changes necessarily before the Bengals game, but this is more asking you guys what you would change. I think more of you, more than anything, are going to bring up the offensive line situation and that you would change the left tackle. This was Andre Dillard speaking with us last night in the locker room about, the schooling that Myles Garrett gave him both on and off the field.
Yeah, it's never an easy thing. You got a lot of good players around the league, and this team has had some really good guys on there. But third and long, they're going to be coming and bringing the pressures, and we just got to do better as a unit. I got to do better as an individual, and to sit down those pressures and those defenders.
Obviously, Myles Garrett, one of the better players in the league. What was happening there as far as your matchups with him?
I think I just need to do better with my hands and my sets and all that stuff. I talked to him after the game, and he told me his inputs, because I'm just trying to get better, and so he kind of told me what he saw, what he liked about my game, and what I could have done differently. So.
Do you appreciate that kind of constructive criticism?
I definitely do, yeah. Especially from a player as good as him, and it's cool to see it from his perspective.
For you, after a performance like that, how do you process it? How you work through it, and then spin it forward to the next game?
When you go through stuff like that, all you can do is just keep playing the next play and don't let your head hang, because then you'll just spiral and it'll get out of control. But what you do from that is you just learn from it. You watch the film, you study it, take the constructive criticism, and you just move forward, and that's all you can do.
94-year.
So that's Andre Dillard with us in the locker room last night. A to Z Sports Primetime is presented by the great people at Zen Sports. Download the app, plug in the promo code A2OZTN, and get 5%, unlimited 5% cash back on your first 15 days of wagering, whether it's the NFL, college football, baseball's postseason, or the NBA. Preseason hockey back, by the way, the NHL right around the corner. Zen Sports app is your place to wager. Unlimited 5% cash back with that promo code ATOZTN. Download the app today. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 or older in Tennessee to bet. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. So Big Time Timmy says Dillard seems like one of those people who can't read the room. He comes off as naive in that answer for sure, because, I think a lot of NFL football players would have had more pride, would have had too much pride, let me say, to tell us publicly that Myles Garrett came up to him after the fact and was offering him pointers on how he kicked his ass, right? I don't know that a lot of NFL players, NFL football players, past or present. In fact, I've talked to a lot of NFL football players, past and present, who have said, yeah, I would never admit that publicly, especially to the media. Because it only I mean, it makes him look. He's an NFL player that's been in the league for 5 years. This is his 5th year of NFL football. So Andre Dillard right now is sounding like a rookie. He sounded like Myles Garrett, took him to the side, pat him on the head and said, "Hey, little guy, here's how I beat you so you can improve. You're 5 years into your NFL career, bud. You're a former first-round pick. I appreciate, and I don't doubt at all. We talked about this last night. I don't doubt at all that he's trying to get better. But 5 years in, like, you're not going to get up there and say, I don't have any answers, guys, and I'm going to quit trying, right? I get that's not going to be a reasonable solution or something that you can say. But, Myles Garrett is not like much older than Andre Dillard. He's been in the league 2 years longer than Andre Dillard has. And he took him to the side, basically like a rookie, like a veteran taking a rookie to the side and be like, "Hey, bud, you're in for a lot of these in your NFL career, and here's what happened today, and maybe you can improve upon it." Except this is year 5 for Andre Dillard, and the circumstances are less than ideal. Now, would you move Andre Dillard before the Bengals game? I'd certainly be tempted to. I am positive that they will not. I am almost 100% certain that they will not at least before week 4, this upcoming opponent with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that they will try to get as much out of Andre Dillard as humanly possible. But what quick fixes can we offer? We can talk about that here in just a second, right after I remind you that the Primetime Show is presented by the law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Wherever justice demands, Amanda J. and her team are here to help you. They will go above and beyond. As I mentioned, they have practiced in Tennessee family and criminal courts in 35 counties in Tennessee, and they are particularly passionate about protecting your constitutional rights to be a father to your child. A lot of us can have our rights threatened without completely understanding where and how our rights are being threatened. That's what Amanda J. and her team are there to do for you. AmandaJGentry.com for more information. I think that when you look at the quick fixes that are possible, AZ Mix says Fulton is awful. He has been awful this year. To your point, he has been very, very bad this year. It's weird to see that kind of a drop off. There is no question that he was their best corner when he was healthy. And the problem was he wasn't available in the last couple of years. And now he's been, available in 2 out of 3 games, and he's been a disaster. Truly a disaster. He's got a perfect passer rating when Derek Carr and Deshaun Watson target Christian Fulton. They have perfect passer ratings. 158.3 is a perfect passer rating. So Fulton is clearly and obviously an issue too. It's tough for him because it's a contract year, and on top of playing poorly, he's got the hamstring issue that cost him a game already through the first 3 weeks. So that I don't know, but I don't know that he is so far gone that they won't continue to trot him out there. I do think that Dillard, the Dillard experiment doesn't need to extend much longer. Now, they may try something else and it doesn't work. I don't know that Dylan Raines is going to be a better option at left tackle, but that would be my solution to the left tackle situation. To try Dylan Raines there, to leave Skoronski inside at left guard, to try and fix one position as opposed to taking from 2 to fix one position. And Mike Vrabel, speaking today with the media, said, these are fixable issues.
Both. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that are fixable, and obviously the execution has to be better. I think that's in all 3 phases. When you lose, that's how it is. And certainly offensively, we have to understand who we are and how we have to stay efficient. And the difference in 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 10 or 11 is critical. Just our ability to play the game in that fashion, much like we did against the Chargers. We weren't able to do that consistently enough yesterday. So, our ability to pick up and convert on possession downs at 3rd and 5 or less, is really good. And then the 3rd and 10 pluses are 2 for 25, and that's just too many 3rd and longs.
So that's Mike Vrabel speaking with the media today. He says it's fixable. It's week 3, so we'll find out whether these situations are fixable. Now, Skoronski, Mike said there's a chance that he'll be available this week. Doesn't sound like any kind of commitment to him practicing this week. If Skoronski doesn't play on Sunday again and misses his second straight game with his appendectomy recovery, then this is not a quick fix. But my quick fix would be to change the left tackle situation. Now, even then, I think that the left tackle situation, I'd probably ride it out through the bye week. Like I think it would have to be much, much worse. Miles Garrett is going to do that to a lot of people. Skoronski just happened to be the person that he did it to on Sunday. So I think that they can survive well enough with Dillard moving forward, as long as they're not playing the best pass rusher in the league. But I think that the Titans left tackle situation, that Andre Dillard is not by any means irreplaceable, and that Dylan Radins, if he's healthy, should be given an opportunity to play the position that he was drafted, or that not that he was drafted to play necessarily, but the position that he played exclusively in college, which is the left tackle spot. I don't know that he'll be good. I don't know that he'll be bad, but I know that Dillard so far is really, really struggling. I personally would ride it out to the bye week. I bet the coaching staff is slower to move around the offensive line than you would like for them to be. That I can almost guarantee is going to be the case. But right now, returns on the offensive line group pretty poor. All right, who you got in the second half as we hit the second half? 6-6 tied score between the Bengals, who the Titans will play next here in Nashville at Nissan Stadium, and the Los Angeles Rams. We'll discuss at length together right after I remind you that the Primetime Show is presented by TrueMath Fitness in the Gulch. Go to TrueMathFitness.com. Your first workout is free. As a Middle Tennessee resident, they will put you in position to succeed on your fitness goals. It can be hard to keep the weight off when the weather starts to turn, right? We're soup season, chili season, crock pot season. All of us starting to eat the warm and hearty foods that are going to help us get through the cold times. Well, the best way to continue to maintain your physical fitness, to improve your physical fitness, is at TrueMathFitness.com. Your first workout is free. As I said, their group fitness classes are awesome. The personal training is excellent, and they have options for you to sign up for a membership and use their facility as you please if you just want to work out at your own pace. TrueMathFitness.com is where you go. The best workout in Middle Tennessee is at TrueMath Fitness. Coaches have failed, says Gene Gray. Quarterbacks with this franchise for decades. You think they learned something? I don't know that they failed Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill's not in a good situation right now to be able to perform. Now, could Ryan Tannehill stand to be better himself? Yes, but right now the circumstances around him are leading to a poor performance from him. He has a role to play, but we know that he's not overwhelmingly going to elevate an offense. We know that he needs better parts around him. He doesn't have them right now, and so they struggle. I think that's clear and obvious. I don't know that Malik Willis would do better or, would do anything better right now than Ryan Tannehill is capable of doing. Will Levis, Will Levis doesn't factor into the equation just yet. But looking at who we got for the second half of this game, the Rams or the Bengals, I don't trust the Bengals offense right now. The line doesn't look great. The Rams are not allowing them to move the ball either on the ground or through the air. I don't think Joe Burrow has attempted a pass further than 10 yards down the field today or this evening. He looks like he's really, really struggling with that calf injury. I'm inclined to pick the Rams to finish this game out. Now, that would put the Bengals in an 0-3 hole, and that would make them a particularly desperate team coming into Nashville to face an AFC opponent. I don't know that the Titans are capable of handling a diminished Bengals team, even especially not with a performance like they had on Sunday. And we know that the Bengals do have a good defensive front that is going to, as is causing Matt Stafford problems tonight, will cause Ryan Tannehill problems on Sunday. But I do think that the Rams are in better position to close this game out right now. Let's wrap it up with our Taylor Swift correspondent. I don't know if the Tennessean has hired him away to fill their Taylor Swift correspondent role, but Robert Walsh will join us for In Case You Missed It. We will remind you quickly that the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage makes the primetime show possible. GaryAshton.com, the intel edge you need to succeed. Don't sell without the intel that only the Ashton team can provide. Bert, take it away.
What else can I say? It's been a huge weekend. Why don't you fill us in there? Do something besides sitting there and looking pretty, looking like you ate a tapeworm or something. You keep getting skinnier every day, man. Those neck veins. I don't know what you're doing as far as eating, but you should enjoy some of those hearty foods you were discussing. Chili, may I suggest maybe biscuits and butter?
It's funny because I am actually eating a lot of foods like that. In fact, I just ordered a Detroit-style hot honey pepperoni pizza during the last video to be Uber Eats to my home. So I don't know if it makes you feel better or worse that I am eating those kind of foods right now in my life and still managing to not only maintain the weight loss, but lose the weight continually. So yes, worms are possible.
I know. So it's tough. Some of us look this good naturally. We don't have to take supplements and go work out and restrict ourselves from enjoying anything. We just wake up and look like this prime specimen of man. And another prime specimen of man that it looks like he's off the market and you cannot Uber Eats him to your house. Travis Kelce, I think, clutched up the most. I don't know. Is this the most important weekend in sports power couple history?
Oh, all right. So Dennis Rodman and Madonna is the only comparable, because you're talking about the second guy on a championship winning team and arguably the most famous woman in the world right now. Madonna at her height did not have social media, obviously, nor did Dennis Rodman. But that is the closest comparison that I can find for two people who exist in their respective roles in the culture. I do think though that this was an incredibly important weekend for media outlets in sports and the NFL to capitalize on all of the clicks and all of the social media interaction that Taylor Swift will provide.
Well, you saw the tweet that came out talking about their influence. So apparently Travis Kelce gained 300,000 social media followers. His merchandise sales increased by 400%. He's now a top 5 selling jersey in the NFL, all over one weekend.
Ryan Field says, we don't care, not Titans related. Well, Taylor Swift and her new boyfriend scored more touchdowns than your entire football team combined on Sunday. So I would tell you that if we're talking about things that we don't care about, I no longer care about 3 points and the lowest offensive output of your franchise in 49 years, but I'm much more interested in the social media interaction that a tight end and his new girlfriend were able to provide. So if your football team was more interesting than the dating scene of Travis Kelce, then perhaps we'd spend more time on your football team this evening.
And to be honest, I've done the doom and gloom since 6 o'clock this morning. I've probably taken over 100 phone calls of everybody saying the exact same thing. I just wanted a little reprieve. I just want a little break. I want a little Days of Our Lives. I want a little Passions. I want a little daytime soap. There's nothing wrong with that, Ryan. If you want to tune in to Days of Our Lives, the sand through the hourglass. There ain't nothing wrong with that to dip in every once in a while. Look, people can't stop texting Buck about it. That's how interesting this segment actually is. And maybe one day, if you're lucky, Travis Kelce will get a bench next to the damn Parthenon, and you can go out there and fight to take a picture sitting on that bad boy.
Yeah,
but anyway.
These are all facts. These are the facts at this point in time.
So I love the hot goss. I can't help it. I'm attracted to it.
Hot goss.
Every part of this I love so much of. So there were a ton of videos that came out yesterday, naturally, because it was probably the biggest thing on social media. But I need the timeline after the game. We all saw Travis Kelce leaving the stadium, but you didn't see them getting in whatever the hell car this is. I don't know. I would have gone straight home with him. But apparently they went out to dinner.
Literally. That's Taylor and Travis Kelce. Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, you thought I was going to let it play. I ain't sitting around watching them in the car smooch on each other. But they go to dinner. They go to dinner, and where else would Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift go? Probably a ritzy place. They didn't give the address, but they didn't want anybody else there.
Got a call from a friend, and Taylor is going to a place, and she just paid for everybody in the restaurant so that they would leave. They were eating, and the waitress came up to them and said, "Here's the deal. Everything's paid for, but you have to leave, like, right now." How freaking insane is this? Oh, and of course, she's with Travis Kelce.
Of course she's with Travis Kelce.
It is. Taylor Swift is such a unique phenomenon in the culture, and it's just wild that Travis Kelce, speaking of the culture, I don't know what part of the culture Travis Kelce wants to exist in, because he's gone from and listen, we all have eclectic tastes, we all have different styles, we all experience different moods, and sometimes tastes change over the course of a lifetime. I hear taste buds change every 7 years or something like that. To that effect. But it is fascinating to me that she carries this much attention across the international entertainment and pop culture space, that she would have this kind of an influence on somebody who is as popular in American sports as just about anybody. But this is different. This is worldwide. This is a phenomenon. This is the Swifties.
Oh, is that your wrap up? That wasn't bad. Yeah. I probably could have done better. But anyway, Taylor Swift. And everybody keeps saying Travis Kelce's so awkward. He's so awkward. He's so weird. She's weird as hell too. She's is awkward too. Have y'all ever seen her dance in public? They're perfect for each other. They're gonna have the most weird, awkward little babies. But anyway,
babies. Well done by you.
What, I'm supposed to get out of here now? I got stuff to do. See you, bud.
Oh, I thought you said that was my time. That's all I heard. Anyway, that's Bert. For no other reason, we need to end this, because I can't, for the life of me, I can't figure out how to turn off my text notifications, and I'm sure it's driving you all as crazy as it's driving me. So we'll end the primetime show there tonight. We'll get you back for the second half of Monday Night Football. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God, I almost said a word about these damn text message notifications. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the radio show at 10 a.m. on 104.5 The Zone. See you guys.